Well, in this fourth and final episode of my creative programming playlist, we're continuing on with the 3 challenges that we've been working on this week from my home office or guest bedroom or normal site of the recording of the hybrid ministry show because of this insane winter storm that Texas has experienced. I haven't been in the office all week and Sunday services were canceled. It's crazy, but we're doing these 3 challenges with no repeat order. And while last week we had no speaker, this week I want to show you what it might be like if we have no traditional game. Again, and I'm going to somehow create a game from scratch and submit it to DYM. I have an idea of what I think I might want to do, but you can be the judge if this actually counts and if I actually succeed in the challenge. And as always, we're going to recap and then let you know how it went, what went bad, what we need to do differently. All of that coming up on this week's episode of the 4th and final installment of the Programming Playlist Challenge. Welcome everyone to the Hybrid Ministry Show. So we are here on the Hybrid Ministry Show attempting to round out the challenges. The first 3 videos I was able to successfully complete each week's challenge, and today we're going to try and do the same thing. Challenge number 1, of course, is avoiding doing the same order. And so far, we've done in week 1, we did our kind of standard order of 2 songs, the first part of the message, a table talk, the announcements, then the game, bumper video, message part 2, response song, and a small message wrap. Week 2, we completely did the order wrong. And so we started with the message, a table talk, did 2 songs in the middle, followed by announcements and games, followed by a bumper, followed by the second part of the message, kind of sandwiching the night. And then week 3, no speaker because we pre-filmed our message. So we did announcements, followed by a song, followed by the first part of the message, followed by a table talk, followed by a game, followed by the second part of the message and table talk, followed by 2 more songs, third part of the message, a table talk, a response song, and a message wrap, and dismiss. And so this week, I'm going to give you a little bit of context, but I'm going to try and do a 4th order and a completely different element than what we've done so far. It's gonna like I ended last video, so we're gonna throw this one into a tiz, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. So for a bit of context, every single year around spring break, we do a thing called spring break hangs, and what that is it's all of our office days, so we don't work on Fridays, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we do some sort of hangout for students. So it could be something simple like meet up at a coffee shop, meet up at an ice cream shop. Sometimes we pay, sometimes they pay. And so yesterday, our Wednesday night programming for the week during this Texas snowstorm got canceled. So we threw together an emergency meeting with myself and our students team. And as we were hopping off the call, one of my guys goes, "Hey, do we have plans yet for the spring break hangs?" Well, I have a group of students who helped plan an outreach event, and they want to do a tournament deal in the middle of the week. And so that's sort of like the anchor. And then around it, let's go ahead and let's make a plan. And one of the plans that they came up with was they wanted to do a movie night. And so what we're going to do is, in addition to doing spring break hangs every year, we also do a March bracket every year to kind of come alongside March Madness and all that type of stuff. And I've talked about it before, and I'm going to give this resource that I'm about to create away. Over on the DYM site, I have the Epic Student Ministry Bracket of Epic Things, which is very dated. It's 7 or 8 years old. Now the number 1 seed was Chip and Joanna Gaines, so that'll tell you how dated that feels. Then I've also, over on the site, have the World's Greatest Donut, which actually I have an episode linked right here at the top of the screen. You can go see that event that we did, how we launched that event, and then how you can have that event kind of going on in the background. And we've also done a Christmas movie bracket. And so for this one, we're going to do a movie bracket, and then that's going to determine the movie that we watch on the night of spring break hangs. And so one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to actually, I think I want to create 4 different regions. So almost like 4 different categories. We'll do a 16-team bracket, even though in regular March Madness I do a 64-team bracket with 4 regions, 16 teams in each region. We'll do a 16-team bracket, 4 regions, 4 movies in each bracket. And so I'll kind of categorize it. And what I actually did was I told my team, I said, hey, 10 o'clock this was last night. So I said, by 10 o'clock tomorrow, I want to start working on this. Send me 16 movies. Doesn't have to matter the order. Send them to me by 10 o'clock. So I'll let you know who responded by 10. And then I'm going to take their movies. We're going to compile it into ChatGPT, and we're going to ask them to spit out like the ones that, were commonly included and stuff like that, and maybe even help us categorize it a little bit. So I'll let you know how my team does here, if they meet the deadline by 10 o'clock or not. 4 out of 6, which I'm one of the 4. So I guess 3 out of 5 of my team members followed instructions. If Ben and Kaylee ever see this, they might be mortified, or they might just giggle and think it's funny. But we compiled their list and came up with seeds and came up with some regions. And so for the night, what I want to do is I want to treat our night a little bit like a selection show. So I'm going to hop in. I'm going to start creating some of that programming on Planning Center, and I'll catch you on the other side. There's no traditional game in the sense, but we are going to play kind of a quasi sort of like hybrid game in the middle of it. So we're going to start with a hype song, and then as soon as that's done, we're going to fire the selection show bumper video. So again, I'm trying to kind of emulate like the Sunday night selection show of March Madness. And so as you can see, this Movie Madness logo here looks very much like March Madness logo. And then myself and one of my coworkers, Allie, we're going to get up on stage, and we're going to kind of have on like jackets or like blazers, like people who are, who are revealing stuff like on ESPN or whatever. And we are going to welcome the room. And we're not going to break character. We're going to be, in character, doing the thing the whole time. Welcome the room, live on stage, and then we're also going to reveal that we are launching a brand new spring bracket. We're not revealing that the choice of movie is what's going to be played on movie night, but we're going to reveal that we are in fact having a bracket. And then we're going to cut to a field reporter, and this we're going to video ahead of time. I haven't done this yet, but just right now I came up with the idea. We're going to video ahead of time another one of our staff people, Kaylee, and she's going to announce the Pixar region. And so for us, we're going with Inside Out as the #1 seed versus Wall-E, and then Toy Story versus Monsters, Inc. She's going to give a little bit of breakdown, analysis on it, and then she's going to predict winners of each of those matchups, and then she's going to predict a winner of the winners. So if she says, like, Inside Out's going to beat Wall-E, and Toy Story is going to beat Monsters, Inc., and then Inside Out versus Toy Story, she believes Inside Out's going to win. Hypothetically, right? She'll say something like, that's just my opinion, but you guys get an opportunity to vote right now on Instagram or YouTube. Log in right now or scan the QR code on the screen. So we'll edit all that and put that all together, and then that will cut back to me and Allie, and we'll kind of like talk about that a little bit, announce the next region, which is going to be the hero region, and we're going to be announcing this one over with a little bit of a game. And so we're going to cut to Eli and Cody, and then they're going to play like an emoji guess game, which I'm actually going to include inside the pack of this. I'm going to include an emoji guess game as a part of like the launch. So Spider-Man Across Spider-Verse versus Big Hero 6, and Avengers Endgame versus the Lego Movie. And then the winner of that, what we'll do then is we'll have them go like head to head, and we'll have them like thinking, see like who's gonna win, who's gonna get it right, Eli or Cody or neither. And then we'll like pause the video and let them vote on sidekick, and then we'll come back and play the results. So that'll kind of satisfy as like our game, right? But it's all a part of this greater like selection show. And then that will dead end into our brand new series, our U-turn bumper. And then Ben, one of our associates who did not send in a list, by the way, is going to preach the first half of his message and with a table talk, and then we're going to come back out of that into a commercial, and Ben is going to do the commercial, and he's going to do the comedy region. And this one I'm kind of doing like dad jokes or like I don't know, like really cliche things. So this is also going to sort of satisfy as like the announcement section of our night. So like we're doing day 1 of spring break hangs this year. We're doing ice cream. Day 2, we're doing a thing called Activate. It's like live immersive like games. Day 3 is our tournament thing, and then day 4 is the movie night. And so he's gonna say like day 1 we're doing ice cream, which is soft and squishy. Speaking of soft and squishy, the first in our comedy region, Shrek. Day 2, we're headed to Activate, where you're going to have to activate your Mega Mind, which is the second movie in our comedy night. Day 3, we're hosting an invite-style tournament where you're going to have to unlock your athletic inner prowess and kung fu skills, just like seed number 3, which is Kung Fu Panda in the comedy region. And finally, day 4 is our movie night. Will we be watching this 4th movie here, Despicable Me? Voting is now live on YouTube and Instagram. Head on over. So we'll kind of like build that up, play that up. And so there's going to be 3 different pre-recorded video segments: Kaylee's field report, Eli and Cody's game, and then Ben's kind of like announcement-y thing. And that's going to put every single one of our staff people on screen or on stage for the night. And then back to me and Allie, we're going to be like, man, spring break hangs sound like fun. That leads us to our final region, the Legend region, which is How to Train Your Dragon versus The Princess Bride and Rogue One versus The Sandlot. Cast your vote online now, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And then we will go into Ben's message. And actually, right here, as I'm explaining this, I'm going to move the bumper because Ben's going to, he's going to come out in after an emoji video, so he can come in with, that'll already be a video. And then this will allow them to fire the bumper. He'll come in, he'll do the rest of his message, table talk, and then we'll have 2 response songs at the end. And then me and Allie back on the selection show will essentially serve as the message wrap and the dismissal for the night. So that's kind of how we're going to launch this thing and let it go. Know that like part of our reason and strategy behind this is this is why I like the idea of hybrid, right? This is taking an in-person moment, our movie night, and pairing it with online voting on YouTube and Instagram. And this pushes people to our social channels and to our social pages. And so we get followers, we push our people to our online presence. If they're interacting with it, then the algorithm is going to feed them more of what we have, and it's going to create like the in-person moment. So every week we'll get an opportunity then to be like, here's how you guys voted and all that stuff. And as always, we have printed paper versions that students without phones can print. And by the way, I'm giving you this entire resource for free. The movie emoji guesses, as well as the entire bracket like assets that you'll need for launching and doing this in your own ministry. You can grab it now. You can do it for an in-person movie night, or you can just do it because it's fun to have something else going on in the background, and you can make this a part of your youth ministry. And so I have tons of these. I'm going to submit this to DYM by the end of the day. It'll be hopefully on there, but you can save money if you just hop on over and become a $4 per tier, $4 per month Hybrid Hero member tier, which like if this resource ends up on DYM for like $7, let's say, like your Hybrid Hero is going to get you this resource along with the previous 4 resources all for free. You're going to save money going over there, and I'm going to give you the different ideas and times when we lean into something creative like this, right? No game, right? No traditional game. We're doing a whole selection style show, but we're still like doing an entire youth ministry, 80 minutes long. We got worship, teaching, and like fun elements all woven throughout, launching this brand new thing and announcing an event coming up. Like this is an example of the creative programming that we're trying to lean into in our context, and I want to help encourage you to, and that is the whole purpose of my thing. So I'm going to hop in the lab. All right, welcome to Movie Madness. This is kind of meant to mirror March Madness, but whether you do this in March or not, this is just a great thing to run in the background of your youth ministry and also promote your social media. So you don't need to do anything with it aside from just launch it on your social media and let students vote. Or you can let it drive towards something bigger. Like for us, we're going to let this drive toward a spring break hangout movie night in our context. And so the way that it's kind of set up is that we have curated on our team amongst our staff 16 different movies, and then they're in 4 different regions. So we have the Pixar region, the hero region, we have the comedy region, and then we have the legend region. And then each of those, they will face off against each other in a head-to-head voting style event. Students will vote. We typically staff it where it's like one night we launch a big thing and we make a whole ordeal out of it. And then the voting happens on social media. So we typically let them vote on like Instagram stories, and we also push towards like a thing like YouTube. So you can take some of these graphics that I have created, and then you can post them onto your stories. And then each week, as you meet back together with your students, you reveal who won voting wise from last week and who's moving on to the next week until you crown an ultimate champion. Like I said, you can allow this to be a part of your programming each and every single week and make a big deal out of it, or you can just have fun on your social media. There are widescreen videos and graphics and fonts and templates so that you can advance it custom in your context. You can print out some papers. Students can vote on paper. You can have them vote on social media, or you can use something like the voting feature in Sidekick and vote just in the room and have students go one by one. We will do a combination kind of all 3 in our context, and then at the end, we'll crown one champion from each of these 4 regions, and that will be how we decide which movie we're going to be watching in our spring break hangout movie night. So thank you for checking this resource out. I hope it's helpful to you, and I hope that you have fun as you crown a movie champion through this Movie Madness resource. So that is the video, the one you just saw. That's the video that I'm going to include in the how to play resource on Download Youth Ministry. You let me know. Comment down below. Did I complete the challenge? Is this bracket resource, is this enough? Is this considered a game or not from scratch? I think it is, but you can decide. And so I'm going to go ahead and give myself a check mark for this. Yes. And then we've also went ahead and we have recapped the night, and I let you know how it went over on my Patreon. Link down below if you want to subscribe to that. $4 per month, you'll get this resource completely for free, or you can head over to DYM and see if it's available on the site yet. If not, I got the free early release version of it, and that's linked in the podcast episode that dropped on Monday over on my Patreon. Guys, thanks so much for being here for this 4-part How I Program My Youth Ministry. It's been a super fun ride. I've had a blast doing it. But until next time, and as always, my friends, don't forget, stay hybrid.